Hey, this is Dennis Vaughn here with VeteranAI, and today what we're going to be talking about is how to create secondary disabilities within our system. So real quick, if you're new here, go ahead, go down to the bottom, hit like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It greatly helps us out. Again, we are trying to build our social media platforms to make sure that our application is getting out to people who actually need it. Second thing is, if you are interested in using our platform, I have a great deal for you. If you join our Discord, again, link down there somewhere, there's a free month in there. So free month, no strings attached. You can sign up, you can use it, you can create Nexus letters, do everything you would normally be able to do. But the short story is that's our way of giving back to the veteran community. Okay, we've had a lot of support from vets out there. So this is our way of making sure that everybody has access to veteran AI. So with that all out of the way, again, I really do appreciate the support. So let's get started. Okay, so how to create secondary claims. So first things first, I am under the disability view all tab. Okay, so right here you can see all your disabilities, and you can see here. Let's look at this one. So I have knee injury, and then you can see I have a left knee injury, secondary to basically the knee injury. Okay, so in order to manage secondary disabilities within our system, all you need to do, we try to make it as easy as possible. And again, I'm going to kind of just, give a random example. We're going to say this is secondary to this. Okay. All you have to do is come here, grab this little square, drop it onto basically this, the other disability, and bam, your disability is now secondary. Okay. That's all you need to do. If you made a mistake and you're like, oh, hey, I don't want that. Oh, you just come down here. Bam, it's done. I think I actually put it over a little bit of the other one. But anyways, there we go. So fix that right there. The other bit that I wanted to show you is you can make secondary conditions secondary to secondary. Okay, so now you can see that this chronic fatigue syndrome is secondary to lower back pain. Okay, so you can do that forever, as much as you want. Obviously, there's a little bit of a limit in terms of how we can display them. So I believe we do limit it after a certain point. But again, that's how you more or less manage your disabilities in terms of primary and secondary within our system. The other way you can do that, again, let's take knee injury, for example. You can click that and you can come down here to secondary conditions. You would hit add secondary, and then you could type in, whatever you want. I'll just hit that. And then you can see I have this test. And if I come back here, here's your secondary condition. Okay. So those are really two ways right there that you can manage your secondary conditions. Now, what I would recommend, again, because I built this, I know how it works. I would personally recommend to avoid frustration is to come here to your disabilities and always just add a new disability. Every time you're starting one, primary or secondary, always come here and hit add disability. You're going to go through this. And again, I'm not going to show everything. Test two. I'm not going to show everything because, there's already videos out there about this. Hit create. Go through the whole process. And the reason it's important is because all of these questions allow us to do more AI work on the back end. So that, when you go to, like, let's say, make a Nexus letter for this condition, you don't have to just come through and do this all anyways. So it's a lot easier just to go through this process every time for disability. I know it takes some time, but that's the point. We're trying to develop evidence-based claims. Okay, we're not just trying to generate something from thin air. We are trying to create something that is specific and relevant to you and you alone. So again, highly recommend this is the way you do it. Just go through this whole process. And then once you're done, you can always come back to view all. You can drag your test two to ACL tear or whatever you want, and bam, it is now considered secondary. Okay, so that's more or less how to manage the system. Okay, this does not affect obviously what you submit to the VA at the end of the day. I will say that's for now, hopefully. Um, but these this is only reflected in our system. Okay, so just want to make sure that's everybody's aware of that. Now, the next part to secondary conditions is how to do research for secondary conditions. So the first thing I really want to do is get rid of a rumor that I personally thought when I was first basically creating this application. I had to go out and actually uh, somebody had to set me straight, more or less, to um, basically correct it. Okay, so we start a new chat. So can I submit a secondary disability before my primary disability is service connected? Okay, so now it's going to go look this up. And again, I love live demos. And good, it got the right answer. Yes, you can submit it. Okay. Um, So right here, it's obviously giving you its little disclaimer, but basically, this is what I wanted right here. Yes is the answer. So many vets out there do not know that they can, A, what a secondary condition is, B, that you can submit it with your initial claim. So you don't need to have your primary condition. So let's say, again, I have plantar fasciitis and I'm trying to submit something for my knee. You do not need your plantar fasciitis to be approved before you submit the knee pain as well. Okay, you can submit both at the same time, but obviously you can see here the primary condition must eventually be recognized as service connected. Okay, so that's a caveat right there. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about how to do some research. Okay, so now we're here. And what I would highly recommend is every time you want to basically ask a new question, always start a new chat. Okay, anytime. If you don't, a lot of times the AI can kind of get a little confused about what you're referring to. Um, so, anyways, what we're going to do here is we're going to do some research. So, what are some medical journal backed secondary conditions to plantar fasciitis? Yes, I probably spelled something wrong, but that's okay. Going to come here and give it a few seconds to do some lookups. Okay. And the big thing is here is I kind of did prompt it with this uh, bit right here. There's a few different databases the AI could fetch this information from. We do have a BVA database where we can actually go and look at what other vets at the BVA have been submitting. Um, I'd recommend for now basically letting it basically go out and do a medical journal search instead. I think that's a little bit more applicable for most people's situations. So you can see here, plantar fasciitis can be associated with several secondary conditions. Oh, you got like lower back pain. Oh, look at that, knee pain. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk more about knee pain. So that's something I have a little bit of experience with. So let's say, um, what would I need to prove to get knee pain approved by the VA? Okay, so again, going out, looking up, it's basically looking up the answer. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's basically showing, hey, these are the more or less standard VA um, elements that you need. So you need a current diagnosis. Highly recommend before you submit anything, you get a diagnosis, either an in-service event or if it's a secondary condition. So it's kind of specifying, hey, we're pretty sure you're talking about a secondary one. So hey, if it's secondary, um, you need a right here. It says right there, medical opinion to establish this. A big thing here is actually let's go ahead and read this. So nexus, a medical nexus is required to link your knee condition to your in-service event. This is a medical opinion from a healthcare provider, and you want to use this verbiage right here. Okay, so big thing, and again, I'm the worst salesman in the entire world because the best one would say, hey, just use our Nexus letter generator. But that's not who I am. This right here, this Nexus can be as simple, literally as simple as you asking your doctor to put that in their notes, saying, "Hey, I think, or it is least as likely as not, their knee pain is caused by their plantar fasciitis." Give maybe a little blurb about why they say that, and that may be sufficient for the VA. It may not, but I personally believe that you should kind of scale into these things, and again, keep as much money in your pocket as possible. Okay, so while I do love my Nexus letters right over here, again, you could always go and create one, and you could have your doctor sign it, and you could also submit that to the VA. You could also just do what I just said as well. That will work most of the time as well. Okay, so you can see that, and again, you can follow up with any other kind of questions. You could ask what kind of ratings are out there for knee pains. You can ask literally an infinite amount of extra questions after that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, we went over how to create secondary conditions. We went over how to do research for secondary conditions. Uh, and yeah, and again, right here, join our Discord. We really, really like having people in there because it's very easy for you to give us instant feedback and say, hey, this is working, this is not working, this could be better, this is not better. If you don't have a Discord, by all means, leave the comments down on YouTube. My feelings will be hurt, but not that bad. So feel free, let us know what we're doing well, what we're not doing well. And if you got any other video ideas, hit me up. I am more than happy to create more videos to help you guys out. And with that, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.